If you're out and about of an evening or an afternoon, maybe call in for a meal, call into a hotel for a drink, there is always the possibility that you could end up being over the limit. What is the limit exactly? We're going to find that out this morning. But what you're going to see in this morning's video filmed interview is that it's not just the afternoons and the evenings when the police can stop you and breathalyse you. Now we're driving along it's the Greenhall Highway we're on at the moment. Of course, it could be any road, any part of the province, and I glance in my mirror and I can see the blue writing of the word police on the marked vehicle that's behind me. And I do, of course, keep a quick eye on my speed just to make sure that they're not going to have a word with me about maybe breaking the limit. It's a 40 miles per hour speed limit here. The car continues to move along behind me, keeping an eye in my mirror, watching where I'm driving, and I see blue lights on clearly. They've got the blue lights on and the flashing lights on. Clearly they're on a call, so what I'm going to do is pull in, make way, and let this police vehicle go past. There's the sirens on, and we'll pull in, and oh my, this is the part where you're going, I don't believe it. This car has pulled in behind me. Is it my driving or what? Let's find out. Hello, officer.
How are you, sir? Have you any idea why I've stopped you today?
Good morning, officer. No, I haven't.
Okay, basically as you were coming down the Greenhall Highway here, I noticed you were over and across the white lines there. Is there any reason why you would have been in the cat?
No, I wasn't aware of that. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry about that.
Okay, sir. Have you had anything to drink today at all?
No, it's first thing in the morning.
Okay, basically what I'm going to require you to do is to cooperate with the administration of a preliminary breath test. Okay, I warn you that failure to do so without reasonable excuse is an offence and it may render you liable to prosecution, as I reasonably suspect you may have alcohol or a drug in your body, and if you do so, you'll be under arrest. Okay, first of all, sir, do you agree to provide me with a specimen of breath?
Do I have to?
Yeah, under the articles of the Road Traffic Act, the drink driving, I require you to give me a sample of breath.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
Okay. And have you consumed any alcohol in the last 20 minutes, sir?
No, I did my breakfast a while ago, that's all.
Just your breakfast, okay. And do you smoke at all?
No.
Okay. Can I just take your name, sir?
Yeah, Dennis McNeil.
Okay. Mr. McNeil, my name's Constable Taggart from Coleraine Police. I'm just going to just get the machine ready here. There's a few wee things that I just have to set up on it. Okay, sir, so what I need you to do is to blow into this machine. If you just keep blowing until I tell you to stop, and then once it gets enough of a reading, then I'll let you know, okay? So, sir, just take a deep breath and just keep blowing. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's brilliant, thank you, sir. Okay, so it's just analysing at the moment.
While the policeman waits for this to analyse, I can tell you I've not had this done before and my stomach actually is churning.
Okay, so as you can see there, the results come back as a 0. Okay, would you like to take the little stick as a memento?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
There you go.
very
If you
much
just take it off the top then, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you very
obviously you
much.
were stopped for a move in traffic there across the white lines, so if you just watch your driving in future then.
Now, if the reading was above 35, I would at this point be placed in the police vehicle and taken back to the police station. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. I had no alcohol at all yesterday or last night. I knew that we were going to be doing this morning, but it goes to show you that on the way to work or on the way to the shops first thing in the morning, the police could well pull you in for what you've done in the car, not realise maybe you've gone over the white line, and you get breathalyzed. It is a serious matter. If I'd been taken back to the police station, if this had been above 35, let's head to the police station now on Lodge Road and see what happens. Now, you saw me being breathalyzed up the Greenhall Highway. Had that been over 35, as we say, I would have been placed in the back of the police vehicle and brought here to the police station in Coleraine. And this is the custody suite. Inspector, what's this?
This is the Lion Intoxilizer. It measures your alcohol in your breath. As I say, 35 and above, it's prosecution. That preliminary breath test gives an indication of you had alcohol in your system. This gives us the evidence to tell us to take it to court.
And someone's brought back here, they're breathalyzed again straight away.
Straight away, as soon as you go through the custody sergeant procedure, you're brought in here and you go through the procedure here.
Now, it was this little doodah that I blew into this morning. Had I blown above 35, as I've said already, I'd be back in the police station. You see what happens, you're further breathalyzed. Inspector Burns, this is not, I know we've recorded something now, it's a scenario for the purposes of letting people see what happens, but this is not a joking matter. This sort of drink driving goes on all the time.
Oh, this is real. This is very real. We've got 57 drivers so far this year from April over the limit and failed to provide, and that's not included the unfit drivers as well. So these are 57 people that failed that preliminary breath test.
Now, the officers who pulled me in said about going over the white line, and I actually don't think I did, but for the purpose of stopping me, do you have to have a reason to stop one, or is it your tail lights out, you've gone over the white line, or what?
Well, normally, yes, you would need a reason to stop a vehicle, either on the road traffic order or you've committed a moving traffic offence. But now we have new legislation in place that inspector and above can designate a stretch of road or area that a preliminary breath test can be carried out without any reason. A normal VCP, and we can demand a breath sample.
So when people say things like, "Oh, traffic branches it was," or it's now roads police, whatever, they're down in the town, they're in the area tonight. You can take, as you're saying, you can take a stretch of a town, of a street, of an area, and say, "We're doing checks here tonight."
Yeah, I'm designating that road, for instance, the Greenhill Highway. I can designate that road between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock tonight, and there'll be a vehicle checkpoint at certain times during that period of time, and we can stop and ask for a preliminary breath test from you.
And when I was stopped, it's the morning after, the night before, if you like. Is that commonplace?
Yeah, we've got detections in the past for people that have thought they're okay to drive after being out for a meal with their loved ones or their friends or for a few celebratory drinks, and the next morning they are over the limit. They are still over the limit. You really need to take that into consideration before you go out.
I have to say, even though I knew we were doing this just for the camera and for a filmed interview for Causeway Coast Community, it's quite unnerving when you see the blue lights in your mirror and when you pull in or let them pass and they don't go past but they come in behind you.
Well, yeah, that even myself, I still get unnerved about the police coming behind me with blue lights and me being in the police. But yes, we're out there for a reason, and we're just trying to stop people from getting killed on the roads and detecting these kind of offences. And this is one of the main causation factors for road deaths and serious injuries.
So we take a drink or we take two drinks and we say, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm fine." Is the police message still, don't drink and drive at all?
Absolutely, don't drink and drive. It's all different variables. If you had a good night's sleep beforehand, what have you had in your stomach? Those are all, you can take them into consideration. But my advice and the police's advice is do not drink and drive. So
if we're caught drinking and driving, for those who drink and drive, go to court and so on, it's an automatic lose your licence?
Oh yeah. If you're found guilty, you will lose your licence, and the consequences of that is you may lose your job. The consequences of that, you may lose your home, your family, your reputation. It's just not worth it.
And insurance and so on is all
bumped up. Your insurance, you'll have to reset your test again as well. You may get an opportunity to take a course that reduces your disqualification, but be rest assured you will be disqualified.
So it's really not worth it.
It's absolutely not worth it.
Inspector Burns, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Now, what you've just seen today is an example of what happens if the police pull you over because they suspect you may have been drink driving. And we've heard that you don't have to have crossed the white line, as I appear to have done. You can be pulled in and questioned anyhow if an inspector or above decides that that particular street or that particular area is the subject of vehicle checkpoints. I enjoyed making that bit of a film this morning. We did that with full knowledge, permission, consent and agreement of the police. But I can tell you truthfully, when you do see those blue lights and the officer appears at your window and asks who you are or where you're going or what you've been doing, it is indeed, truthfully, very, very worrying, very frightening and very concerning. And the message, as we heard from Inspector Burns, is if you want to be absolutely sure, don't drink and drive at all. For Causeway Coast Community in Lodge Road Police Station, I'm Dennis McNeil.